What is going on, guys? This video is something that I'm doing for my community members over at Discord and also to get a little bit of help with the game. There's one guy in particular that really wants to make new plays, and I figured, hey, let's just go ahead and release the tool that I built a long time ago. And this tool is actually something that I used and I built, and it's what's created the actual plays in the game, right? So when you look at these plays in the game, you can see that all these plays in here behind the play type, formation, special, etc. Those are all coming from this tool that I created. So what you're going to want to do is go to the Discord, go to mod tools, go to the pin messages, and it's going to be up here called play calling. If you want to make uh, your own plays, you can do that very easily. And once you download it, you're going to get this file here. Go ahead and open it. You'll get whatever your unzipping software is. And I'm going to go ahead and extract this over to the desktop. And then boom, here we go. So what you're going to want to do is note a couple things here. The first thing is the plays.json. All right, so I'm going to show you guys in this video how to use it. All right, how to get these plays to work. Now, a disclaimer before anybody touches this. I do not, this is not associated with the game in terms of Steam. If you bought it on Steam and you happen to use this, this is a free shared tool that you guys can use for free. It's not meant for resell. It is a use at your own risk because this is going to touch the backend files for the game. But I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to get creative with the game on PC and, make your own plays. And I wanted to show you how that works. And the first thing you're going to want to do is note this file here. It's called plays.json. Okay. And this file is actually the same file that's in your legible data folder. Same one as here. Okay. So what I would do is I would create a backup. I would probably go into my legible, take this file, copy it, and then paste it over to your desktop, and then maybe paste a second copy. And let me just rename this so it doesn't bark at me here. Make a backup. That way you have it, because this tool is actually going to just overwrite whatever's in this folder here. Now, the way it actually works, which is funny, is when you open up this play editor, okay, you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff here. And you can go full screen, but full screen's a little bit choppy because it kills the right side. I didn't really fix that. It's a very rough tool, but I'll keep it in this mode just because it's easier for me to work with. But basically, when you save this file here, it's going to actually go into the same, it should go into the same exact directory that the legible one is in, which is like your app data one. Okay. And then go to that local folder where your legible one is, like mine is right here. And you're going to find a new one called play calling whenever you do your first save, and it's going to actually put that file in here. And this is the file that's going to be edited and updated once you hit save. But before we get to that point, let's walk through this real quick. So what you can do, it's very simple. You can use your mouse scroll wheel to scroll through every play. Okay, so if you look on the bottom left here, it shows you all the plays for this formation. Formation is 0. Okay. And this is what takes you. And if you look here, you can actually see all the commands. So left click adds a new route, and we'll make a play just for fun. Right clicking deletes the route. We'll get to all these, but I want to show you the navigation. Okay, so left arrow and right arrow shows you the next formation. And as you can see here, I'm going right arrow, left arrow, right arrow, left arrow. And that's going to walk you through all of this. You can do up and down to go through all your plays here, or you can use the mouse wheel. Okay. So the mouse wheel does the previous and next play, but so does the up and down arrow. Okay, keep that in mind. But there's a lot. The reason why I'm doing this video is because in order for this to work and work properly and work across all of these menus in here, okay, and get in the right locations, right categories, be able to flip your plays, audible, all that good stuff, you're going to want to make sure that what you do is a complete job here. Okay, so what does that mean? That means every single player, okay, every player in here needs to have a an assignment, okay? That's the first thing. So as you can see, these numbers under here, by the way, are their depth chart positions. So like receivers, 0 is your starter, 1 is your second, player, 2 is your third. So it starts at 0. Okay, so it goes 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is your fourth string guy. Okay, these guys are all starters. But if we go down to a different formation, let's do like punt return or something. You can see some of these linemen like L2, he's a 0 and then he's a 1, right? So you're going to see the depth charts with these numbers here. Okay. So that's that. That's that. Okay. Another thing, by the way, I know I'm going all over the place and there's a lot to talk about here. So if you're missing it, just watch it again. Come to the Discord if you have any questions. But there's another thing. If you hit the M key, M as in Mary, you're going to get the formations here. Okay. And like field goal, like, let me show you. Like there are a couple on here that are basically, they don't really have any plays. They're just showing up as the formation. Okay. And let's see, like kickoff. Let me show you kickoff. Maybe that's better. So kickoff PA is the play art. Okay. But, that's just for me to have as the kick off. And then you have like middle and right. I would not mess with any of this because it doesn't really do anything. Don't mess with the kickoff and the kick returns. Okay. They don't do anything. So do not touch those. So kickoff, kick return, punt return, don't touch them. But what we can do is let me show you. So I'm going left and right here with the keyboard and it goes through all of the different formations. Also kneel, skip this one. There's not going to be anything that this is going to do. Adding this to the game will probably break the game. So just skip that one as well. Okay. But as we kind of walk through this, I want to make sure you look at all of these things here. Okay. So these two down here are this new button and save button. Okay. New and save. Top left. All right. Let me take this. Let me restart this again. So if I hit R, it restarts the entire thing. If you hit L, it reloads everything from the file. Okay. When you hit this button here, it'll save whatever you've done in memory, which is what it says right here. Saves play in memory. Okay. When you hit new, it basically creates a new play. And if I click on this guy, right, they're highlighted, right? And whenever I click on them, these things will update. Okay, so let's say we want to do a new play for fun. Let's just call it new play. Make them all caps too, by the way. And they have to be pretty short. Don't make them crazy long names. So look at what we have in here and you'll see that, because if they're super long, you're not going to see them in the game. They're going to get cropped out. Let's just call it new play and then hit enter. And then that's locked in. But if I don't hit save, it's not going to really save what I did. You see, I just moved and I lost the new play. So let me type that in again, new play. And if I hit save now, it's going to save it in memory. So now if I move around, you're going to see it'll stay as new play. Okay. And the secret to this is you have to go through every single player. Don't touch QB because he's not going to do anything here. Play around with these things though, like wide receiver. Okay. You're going to want to click on the wide receiver. And if you want to do a pass play, okay, you would hit pass play here. Or you could do run play. It depends on what you want. Let's say you got to make sure you do these though, or it's not going to work right. So I want to do a pass play. You also want to go to the top right and you want to pick what kind of pass. This is going to be the category from this here. When you look at your actual game, play type, okay? Play type is what you see. When you click play type is when you're going to see all these numbers here. Okay, this is offense here. and this is defense down here. Okay. So let's say we're going to do a standard pass. So we'll leave it as 4. What if we want to do a quick pass? Okay, we make it 3. So whatever this is set to is whatever it's set to on the top right is what you're going to see in the play menu in the game. Okay. Now what you're going to want to do is basically go to each player and create whatever their route is, whatever they're going to do. Okay, they can block, they can do a route, they can do a go route, and they can be the primary receiver. So let's just take this guy. What we can do is we can hold down the left trigger of your mouse, the left button, I'm sorry, of your mouse, and that's going to allow you to move this wherever you want. If you hold the shift key, it'll straighten it out into 90-degree angles. Okay. So if you want it to look really pretty. What I like to do, so if I let go, it's going to basically put the thing there. What I like to do is hit the M key so I can actually see what this looks like. So you got to hit save for it to show up. And you want this to look pretty, right? Because if I take this guy and I do something crazy like that, okay, and you hit save, it's going to really show all crazy. I don't need it to be that long. I could do something like that and hit save and it looks just as good. All right. So don't shoot these out so crazy. Okay. But what you can do is you can make this guy go here and I can actually have him do a cutback. Okay. And if you look on here, you can either click on this to take off the go route where he just basically stops. Go route means he'll keep running straight down. Or you can hit the V key, as you can see here, V. V does the same thing. So you have a bunch of shortcuts here you can use to make it faster. So let's say we want to do a cutback. Let's say we want this guy to go out like this and out like this. And then let's say we want this guy to go like this and I don't know, over. So by the way, left clicking gives you routes, right clicking deletes them. And then the middle button of your wheel, okay, the middle button, M button, it clears the entire route. Okay, so this will create routes with the left click, right click deletes them, okay, and then middle mouse button click deletes the whole thing. So let's say we want this guy to go here, and let's actually say we want him to be a blocker. Okay, they're either going to be a receiver or a blocker. Okay. And so that's what the Z button does. You can make them a blocker. You can make them have no roll, which I wouldn't do that. Okay, so pushing Z gives them nothing, right? It's like clicking this and then they're just nothing. I would make sure they're either a blocker or some kind of receiver, okay, typically. But if you want to do block, you would hit X, I think. Yeah, X does this. It's right here. And let's say we just want this guy to block. Let's say we want this guy to come out here and then shoot out over here. Okay. And let's say we want this guy to be the primary receiver. You can click on the primary thing here like that. Or what you can do is you can do the shortcut key, which would be C, the letter C. Okay. So now when I hit save, you see all these things are set. The other thing you're going to want to do, and by the way, to the guy that's helping me out, you know who you are. Like I said, I would make sure that these are not so crazy looking. Keep them short so they look more like this. You don't want everything to be all the way out here. You want them to be short enough so when you're looking at the play in the game, they look like they're not just shooting all the way up. Because what'll happen is if you have this here like this and you shoot this all the way like that, this screen is going to do its best job to like crop it in and see it doesn't come out right sometimes. Okay, so you're going to want to keep this stuff, rather short. And you can actually see in other plays how I do it. I keep them all pretty much underneath that 30-yard line. Right? So keep the same kind of consistency. So see, I wasn't even doing it here correctly. You should be doing something like this. This guy should be something like this. This guy looks all right. And then this guy maybe something like this, right? And see how that looks a little prettier. Another thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you do the blocking. Okay, the way I do is I have them go for a run, I have them going forward like that. Okay, and for a pass, they come down. So if we go back to our play, new play, it's going to be a pass. So I would just do this, and you can make it like this, or you can, but you're going to want to do it short, because if I do it like this, watch what happens. Same thing. You see that crazy line. So we don't want that. We want it to be real short, like really short. That's it. So you can either hold the shift so it's straight, or you can do little angles, whatever you want to do, you can do here. Create your plays, but everybody has to have something. Just don't touch the QB. He's good. And you can make this guy a blocker. That's fine too. And that's your play. That's it. That's the play. So I saved it to memory. Okay, if I want to save it to the actual thing, I hit the S button right here. S saves it to the file. I hit save. So it saved it. Now, if I close this out and then I reopen it, so you're going to see that this didn't save, right? It didn't save here. Where it saves is where I told you earlier in that app local. This is where it saved the file. So while I might as well do it while I'm here. So basically what you're going to want to do is when that saves, you're going to want to take this, go to your Legend Bowl data folder, and you have a backup of this one, but I would just overwrite this one with the one you just updated from the play calling. But what we're going to do is we're going to open this so I can show you that it's saved. All right, so we're in single backs and new play right here. Okay, so here's our play. And if you hit the M key, oh, by the way, spacebar flips just so you can see what the play art looks like. All right, so if you have any questions on what it's going to look like here, you can hit the spacebar. Everything's right here. Okay, everything's right here. And the only thing about the M key is it kind of hides this part here. So I would just be careful when you use it. Maybe I would just probably restart it all and only use it when you have to. I think that, yeah, it'll stay there until you restart. So I could probably move it down a little bit. I'll probably do that in the next version. But that's it. So now if we go with the left arrow and we go down to nickel, let's say we want to create a new play. Let's say we want to call it Killer Bees. Hit enter. And then from here, you got to pick what it is. So I'm going to pick that it is let's pick a man blitz. So I'm going to hit the num1 key, man blitz. I'm going to take all of these guys and I'm going to basically do this, and see on here, you can see I can hit K, or I can hit this button here. You see how this changed to a defensive setup? You could hit M so you can see what you're doing. So you can see what it looks like I said earlier. And then, these are all going to be blitzers. So I'm going to make these all K, and you can go all out blitz. But the secret is a couple things. First thing is make sure that your play art looks good. Because if your play art doesn't look good, then it's not going to look good in the game, right? So if I look at that and it looks a little too crazy, like these guys are a little too crazy here. And even these guys don't look that great, right? So I could just do it again, a little shorter, and then boom. That might look better. And even this guy. So I took my time to make sure that all the plays looked their part. You can hit space and you can see it flip. And then once you save it to the file, which I just did with S, it resets everything, and then you're back. If I go to the nickel again, you're going to see it right here, Killer Bees. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, look through all of this here, but you have to make sure you do a few things. You got to make sure this is set up on the top right, or else the play type will not show up in the game. You have to make sure that every single player has some type of role. They have to have some type of role, or else they won't do anything in the game. Also, keep in mind, these are all the depth chart numbers. That's just for you to reference. You can't really touch them. You want to make sure you have a primary receiver. Let's see what else. And just make sure that you hit save here first. Always hit save here first. Okay. And saving here is really, I think that's the only way you can do it in memory. And then once you do that, then you can hit the S key. S saves it to your file. Okay. So that's it. I mean, that's pretty much it. And then you can hit just escape to quit, and that's it. That's the entire thing. So let me know what you guys think. I put it out there free for you guys. It's a rough tool. It's not really, it's not in the game. One day maybe it'll be in the game in a different manner, but I went ahead and, released it so you guys can have some fun and make some plays. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.